Hi guys, it's Carissa, and I actually have had a few people contact me and ask me to make an update, which is so sweet. I can't believe some of you are thinking about me right now. I feel really bad though, because I've kind of thought about making an update, and I even started recording a video yesterday, but I always end up deleting them or stopping halfway through because I don't feel very good right now. And you know what? I didn't want to say that. I felt guilty because I've had this amazing opportunity and there's no reason for me to complain. So I always try and, as soon as I start having bad feelings, I try and block them out right away and tell myself, you should know better. You have to still have hope. Don't be negative. But screw that. I should be able to say how I feel. I don't care what opportunities I've had. And I know that if some of you are asking, it's because you care, and that means I can be honest with you. I have basically been on a complete emotional roller coaster. And it's nothing like where I've been crying or like mean to people. Like, I'm not letting it affect my relationships with others. I'm not letting it affect what I do. I've had 2-week waits before where I go into full depression mode and I'm ordering a milkshake for dinner every night and, sitting in the dark in my house and not doing anything. And so this 2-week wait hasn't been as awful as ones I've had in the past. And I have to be glad that I don't even have to try very hard. It's almost like I am that much more hopeful that I don't go to that really dark place. But I'll tell you what, as soon as I stop feeling the effects of my trigger shot and any of my other hormones that I've had in my system, and I start to feel nothing and my body feels normal again, I feel depressed. And I'm kind of at that stage right now. I did test my trigger shot, which I've never done before, but I always felt like I liked the idea of that when other women did it and never did try to do it myself. So I tested my trigger shot, and I believe it was out of my system 3 days ago. So, and that's pretty consistent. I no longer feel constipated. My breasts aren't, well, they were never really sore, but they just felt bigger. They felt fuller. I don't really feel bloated or any pressure in my abdomen. But I miss all that stuff. It gives me hope, even though I know better. I know better than to feel like all that discomfort and everything that I had along with it meant anything. It's just that I loved it. I was, a few days ago, I think it was because I was so constipated, and it might have also been a little bit of all the drugs in my system, still kind of the combination of the two things, but I had really bad insomnia. I think it was going into Sunday morning, and I got out of bed at 3 a.m., and I came downstairs and just started watching movies. My acupuncturist had really made a point to say, please never skip breakfast. No matter how you're feeling, make sure that you have something because it's too much strain on your embryos to not have that nutrition. So around 6 a.m., I decided I would have breakfast. And then 10 minutes later, I knew I was going to throw up. And I didn't even eat that much. I think it was like my body was full. There was nowhere for anything to go. I had been pretty well constipated for days. Nothing was coming out, so it had to come out of my mouth. So I threw up my breakfast and all the water I drank that morning and all the Gatorade I had that morning. I threw up really violently, so I broke all the blood vessels in my face. I actually probably look like I'm really tan, but it's because of all the blood vessels that I broke in my face. They're not red anymore, they're brown, so it's, it looks nice, I guess, but even as I was standing there throwing up and thinking, you know what, it sucks, because I bet my husband's going to get his hopes up because he doesn't really understand this process. Of course he did. He loved that I was throwing up. And he didn't realize that it was too early for it to mean anything. But I got sad over that. I thought, it's going to be a long time before any of these things could be happening. And I have to wait for that. And I have to be patient. And I have to be okay with it if it's not if it doesn't even ever happen. So, that's what I'm dealing with right now. And I feel guilty. I really do. I feel like I shouldn't be upset about something that isn't even confirmed, you know? It's too early to get excited, obviously, but it's way too early to be upset. I think it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. And I feel like I was so emotionless for so much of that, you know, the beginning stages of it and everything that we were going through to prepare, that now my body's kind of like, I can't do it anymore. If you need to be sad, just do it, you know? So I've just been kind of indulging that a little bit. I normally would take comfort in food, but right now nothing really tastes good to me, or if I think I want something and I start eating it, I usually don't want it. So I try and just get a lot of fluids in and make sure, because that I can do. Straws are my friend. If I look at a bottle of water and think, oh, I cannot drink another bottle of water, I put a straw in it, I stop thinking about it, and I just go about other things. Before I know it, I finish the water. So, you know, I'm just working against the few little tiny things that have been holding me back. And if I really start to get in a dark place in my head, I just take a nap. I just shut it all down and don't let myself get to that place. Because I do still have a lot of hope. I really have. I just have to believe, and I just have to keep things positive because it'll only help me. So I'm really grateful that you guys have been thinking of me and taking time to write to me. If I haven't written some of you back yet, I apologize. I haven't really been on YouTube much. I've been trying to stay away from the computer. I was a night owl for the last, 15 years, or basically as long as I've lived on my own, I've been a night owl. I just naturally love being up late, but I've been doing my best to get in bed early, even if I go to bed at like 8 o'clock and all I'm doing is playing games on my iPad or reading, listening to music. Sometimes I just lay there and pet my dogs and just relax, and I get like a good 1 to sometimes 3 hours of just downtime, and then I go to sleep at a reasonable hour, and it's so nice. And of course I've been using my meditation, even though it makes me fall asleep almost instantly. I don't know how much of it I actually benefit from, because I fall asleep, and then when that broad says at the end, that my session's complete, it scares me awake. But I do play that every single night. Sometimes I'll listen to more than one of them, and I just hold on to hope, because that's all that I have. And so that's it. Mike has been wonderful, of course, and he is nothing but supportive and tries to, if he's not home, he calls me to see if there's anything that I need, which I never do, but it's just a gesture. It's just, it's nice to have a partner in this and have somebody that I can be completely transparent with and not worry about feeling like, he's going to think that I'm being ungrateful or that I'm being negative, because sometimes I just have to feel how I feel, and I'm really working on that. So that's it. I have my blood test on Monday. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to start testing or test at all, but I think I'm going to have to, even if it is the morning of my blood test, just because it's so much more of a letdown if it is negative. I can tell you I've had only negative tests for years, but I think the last time I did an insemination, or the time before that, I tried to hold out, and then when the phone call came through, it was so much worse. So I probably will test. I might film that for you guys, I guess. I don't know. I usually test first thing in the morning when I'm like breathing all heavy and my hair looks like this, and I really am more just getting up because I have to pee more than anything, and I'm not necessarily getting up for the day. So Regardless of whether or not I film it live, I will let you know, obviously. So that is pretty much it. I'm kind of hoping the week goes by quickly, but at the same time, I feel like I don't care how long it feels as long as I start feeling something. Even though I know better, I know it's too early, but it would just make me feel a lot better. So that's pretty much it, guys. I really thank you so much for just, even if there's times when I feel like I want to be a brat and I want to say how I feel, I think about it. And you guys are the ones who watched me cry for 20 minutes on other videos in the past. You know, you're here with me. You know the struggle, you know the pain, you know exactly what this is all about. So I can't thank you enough for all of that. That is a kind of friendship that I will appreciate for the rest of my life, because you guys don't even know who I am. Really, you don't know me, but you're invested in what happens, and it touches me. So thank you. And I will hopefully have a much less scatterbrained and much more clear-headed video for you soon. If there's anything, any topic or information that you would like me to cover regarding egg retrieval or transfer, I guess anything at all, just let me know, and maybe it'll distract me, and I'll make a video or two between now and my blood test. So thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye.